So when we talk about Saphir Global is the marketing arm for Zeniq Technologies. Zeniq Technologies is the actual hardware, software company when it comes to the blockchain technology that we're going to talk about today. So we're going to talk more about blockchain tech, a little bit about health tech, and energy tech is just a new area that they're going to avail us of some opportunities in the future. So that's being set up now. But we won't be able to address any of that in this particular brief, but we will focus on blockchain tech for the most part. The blockchain tech encompasses blockchain tokenization and things that are similar that will change the lives of everybody, and it's very sustainable. Use the time of change to benefit from it in the long term. And so blockchain in its totality is kind of the technology that's driving a lot of the advancements in the financial markets, but it does have use case in so many different areas. So the next generation of crypto and fiat payment, seamless fiat and crypto ecosystem for finance and investments, Zeniq Technologies is helping us and giving us an opportunity to enter into the multi-trillion-dollar market. That's between finance and investments. And there is a segment within there called tokenization that we'll show you a little bit more about as we go through this presentation. When we talk about blockchain, then we're talking Zeniq blockchain, and Zeniq's blockchain compared to many of the blockchains, and I'll talk about a few today to give you some comparison. Zeniq has one of the fastest blockchains available. When companies actually want to create their own cryptocurrency, then they do need a blockchain to do that. You can create tokens and things like this in different forms, but if you want to create cryptocurrency, then you're going to have that blockchain, and then you add layers to that. Zeniq did not decide to borrow somebody else's blockchain like most cryptocurrencies out there today. They actually said, we're going to take it, from scratch and create it, from day one, whereas we're going to take control of our particular future, make sure we take care of any of the members, anybody that wants to be part of this. And so they made a solid decision and created their own blockchain. And so from day one, they're able to really control what happens on their platform without having to ask permission from another platform, which normally happens with cryptocurrencies that we normally see out there. And so when we talk about blockchain, most people think of the cryptocurrency because that's the one thing that's prevalent in this space. Well, one of the things you want to remember is out of all the coins, and I know I'm spending a little more time on this than I normally do, but as of late, right, when I put an update out on YouTube or in any of my groups, the people that respond are people that have been in the program for a while, but when they were invited into the program, they were told, hey, there's a Zeniq coin. Do you want to invest in it? Do you want to purchase some? Do you want to, build your wealth around Zeniq coin? Because they compared it to other new coins out there in the market. And they're like, okay, it hasn't hit, this exchange or that exchange. Hey, you want to get some before it, starts to blow up. Okay, but 3 or 4 months go by, and guess what? They're still looking at the coin. They didn't see that there was an actual ecosystem that supports the coin. And so I want to say right up front, I want to make sure everybody understands very clearly, this is not a coin program. They have a blockchain, they have a cryptocurrency, and they actually have masternodes that build on top of that in order to create tokens with other companies that come to the Zeniq blockchain. This is a advanced blockchain technology company with the cryptocurrency. It's not a cryptocurrency and then a company. It's a company with cryptocurrency. So make sure when you're talking to people, when you're trying to understand the program, it's not come in, I'm gonna buy some tokens or buy some coins and I'm gonna be rich for the rest of my life. It doesn't work that way, right? It is an actual ecosystem that builds on the company's goals, the company's vision, and there's a white paper, which I think I'm gonna bring that up next time in the presentation. So you'll say, okay, I got it. Now, what does all that mean? Guess what? the white paper can break down where they're going, what it's for, all the different parts a little more in detail. And you can go to Zeniq.com and you can download the white paper as well. So that's another way to do that. All right. So just know that they have their own blockchain, which is essential if you want to really lead into the future. We know that the CEO of Binance knows a little bit about internet compared to blockchain and cryptocurrencies having the absolute largest centralized cryptocurrency exchange out there. We know that a lot of these companies here on the right, they actually have participated in use cases with blockchain technology as well. When we talk about blockchain, then we can't really leave out the other parts of that are really pushing, leading companies way out front. When your digitalization of the world is talked about, then the ones who are now dealing with digitalization, blockchain technology, and tokenization, at the end of the day, will be the winners. And we know that Zeniq Technologies has encompassed all of that, and they're doing it very well. So in this presentation, when we talk about Zeniq Technologies, you're going to hear a couple of things that are really going to be the fine thread throughout the whole presentation. One is the fusion of crypto and fiat into the existing financial world. You're going to see an easy link between crypto online, offline, and trading, staking, these type of things. The maximum protection is there, so safety is already at the highest level when it comes to protecting your digital assets. But that last part, when we talk about asset accumulation, that's something that really sets Zeniq Technologies and Saphir Global apart from a lot of the other cryptocurrency-based programs. When it comes to asset accumulation, you can actually purchase a coin package, and we'll show you exactly how to do that. And you purchase that coin package, but you're going to continually get Zeniq coins minted into your account for the life of the master node. The master node that you'll purchase through the hub, Zeniq Hub, which is a proprietary digital asset manager, or a type of like a tablet, so to speak. You can actually have that physical device, or you can allow them to do some in-house minting for you, and you'll just monitor that on your PC or mobile, wherever. But the Zeniq coins, you purchase one-time package, but you get lifetime delivery of these particular coins. Now that's different from just so if you think this is a coin program and you want to go to an exchange and purchase some Zeniq coins, and next month, if you purchase 5 today, you'll have 5 next month. But if you purchase a package with Saphir Global after this presentation, and you'll understand all of that, then you'll get those 5 today. But guess what? By next month, you might have 25. And maybe the month after that, you might have 45. And so it continues to grow and grow and grow, because they're going to keep delivering those assets to you, right? And that's where that asset accumulation for everybody, that's what that means, right? And so when we get into the decentralized exchange, we're going to talk a little bit more about tokenization. And so when I talk about that multi-trillion-dollar market, tokenization is about 800, it's about 24 to 25 or 27 trillion within, and that's estimated by the World Economic Forum, within the $800 trillion market, which is the finance and investments. All right. So when we talk about Zeniq Technologies, we're not only talking about a Zeniq coin, we're talking about a 360-degree ecosystem. Yes, that means from start all the way around to start, right? We're talking a complete system. And they're building it in a way that is very strategic. And it's just growing and growing and growing. And you can't help but trust the process, because with the developments that are coming every single month, every single interval, because there's some that take a little longer than others, they're getting it right. And we see the results of that today, right? And that's what's so amazing, is that what I call the first phase was that original blockchain tech was Zeniq Hub, right? Let's get those hubs out there, because those hubs carry those master nodes. Those master nodes are creating that intranet of sorts. Nodes are really like servers, if you will. And the more you have around the globe, the more connections you have. The more connections you have, the more security you have within this ecosystem. You don't have to go outside of the ecosystem to do a lot of the things that other companies that's trying to do this have to go outside. They have to go borrow blockchain technology from ERC20 or Ethereum, or they have to borrow some from BNB. Well, guess what? Zeniq Technologies, when they're building out their ecosystem, they don't have to borrow from any of them because they already have the blockchain and they have the nodes that are spread around the globe. And how does that happen? Because people are purchasing the hubs, right? And so when I talk about Zeniq hubs, which is number one on the left side, the Zeniq hubs are essential to the program and the longevity of the program and your profits, so to speak. So the Zeniq hub is an actual device, or it's a in-house hub. So you got a virtual and you have a physical. You can purchase either one. There's no requirement to have a physical device when it comes to the master nodes. But the Zeniq hub holds the master node. The master node has the ability to mint the cryptocurrency called Zeniq coins, and they continue to mint, and they're rated to mint up to anywhere from 15 to 20 years. So that's kind of how that works. And so that has, we'll talk a little bit more about the hubs. Zeniq Swap, Zeniq Smart Chain, NFTs, tokenization, all of that is built within the smart chain, will help to facilitate the tokenization, the NFTs, the Zeniq Swap, the decentralized exchange. All that is required on the blockchain, which is just another layer of the blockchain in order to facilitate the swap, NFTs, tokenization, and all of that. And so that's just another package that's being developed, and we've been told that that's supposed to be announced and launched in June of this year. So we're really excited about that. The debit card is in the back office. If you're in the EU, European Union, you should be able to purchase that debit card and go ahead and start using that debit card just like you use any other debit card, credit card, those type of things, and make payments with your Zeniq coins and whatever other coins that you want to load on there. You can definitely make that happen. That's a pretty exciting thing, because any of us that purchase cryptocurrency, we would love to just take that cryptocurrency and go to a store and purchase a hamburger, or purchase a milkshake, purchase, some medicine, or purchase a bed, whatever you want to purchase. You would love to just use your crypto to do that instead of having to pay the fees to keep exchanging. Well, guess what? Zeniq has already came to us and delivered the debit card that can facilitate that ease of operation. So like I said from the beginning, these are some of the things that they're making happen, fusing the crypto and fiat world together. They're doing it, lovely. The staking. So the staking piece, if I have time today, I'll go over that particular presentation to give you a little more meat on how that's working. But that is a whole program in itself, which is it's amazing, because we look at it as kind of like a phase 2 of the program that Zeniq has delivered for us. They talked about it in phase 1, and now we're actually staking Avanat tokens on the Zeniq blockchain. So here's kind of what that means. Well, it's coming on the Zeniq blockchain. You have Avanat, which is an aviation on the blockchain particular program. And that company created that program. They created an aviation program on the blockchain so they could support private jet bookings, as well as cargo and a whole lot of other things that are centered around the aviation industry. Nobody had done it ever done it before. And so they created something that was needed in the marketplace. And with the pandemic, a lot of people, the reports were out there, people were doing B2B. They were taking a lot of the private jets because it saved a lot of time. You didn't have to worry with a lot of security issues and so on and so forth. So you basically were very productive in doing what you had to do. And so the cost of that private jet really outweighed the delays that you would get in a public airplane. And so that really became a big deal. So in that same time frame, in the last 2 or 3 years, Zeniq and Avanat, boom, merged together, with a good partnership. And we're really reaping the value of that, because we're able to take Avanat tokens and stake them and get double rewards because we are Saphir members, right? So they're paying over 100% APY on the staking of those Avanat tokens, and those Avanat tokens in turn, if you go down the value line, which I'm going to skip a few things, helps to build the value of the Zeniq coin. Okay, so that's the end result. Is this is a real system coin that takes value from all of the ecosystem, and that's where it increases because of all the support it has. And so that's what's so powerful about the Zeniq coin. So I can tell how people would get a little zeroed in on the coin because it has so much support. A lot of people forget that that support is essential for the value of the coin. The market is going to do what it's going to do, but the Zeniq coin is going to continue to build value because it already has its internal support. All right. And the external support is really the 600,000 members of the Saphir global community that's supporting it as well. So you have the Zeniq app that you have to use in order to stake those Avanat tokens, and then you'll be able to grow your particular profits in the Avanat set. But like I said, your Zeniq coin value is rising while that is going on. Decentralized exchange and the blockchain. So there will be a decentralized exchange, and we have a actual slide that talks to that. So when we talk about Zeniq Technologies, they're located in the Dubai International Financial Center, Daymark Park. Nice area, a lot of financial, things going on in the financial district there. So we'll hit on a little bit more about that. Several cooperation partners. Like I said, they got the Zeniq Hub, which is a physical device, looks kind of like a tablet, and the debit card, which has been released recently for purchase. So Zeniq Technologies, their goal is to enable everyone in the world to improve their financial freedom with easy and secure access to blockchain technology. Real quick, they started in 2018 in Austria. The guys that run it, Erwin Doctor, Dr. Offner, the CEO, COO, even Saphir Global's CSO, Chief Security Officer, they all came from Austria. And so they all kind of been working together since the inception. They tried to get funding. The pandemic hit. They got out of EU, got over to Dubai, and hey, it was a game changer. Things started happening. Got some funding, got some support from the government because the ideas were very in line with the Dubai's vision for 2030 vision of really creating more blockchain type programs that can support the country and the government and so on and so forth. So we'll talk a little bit about that as well. And so they finally, in May of 2021, they did get their actual license and certificate of incorporation, as you see here. Just so you know, and be very clear, they're not a financial company, but they're residing, their offices is in a financial district. They are R&D company, so they do R&D on blockchain technologies. So that's what the company is doing. Current status, they have a lot of employees in Dubai. They got developers around the globe. They're growing all the time. His Highness Sheikh Saeed is a strategic partner. There are other people connected with the royal family that are managing partners with Zeniq Technologies, like Suleiman. And then you have Abu Zengel, which is a very has a lot of knowledge, has done a lot for the blockchain community. And so Abu Zengel is the CEO of Saphir Global. So they have some really people that know this stuff in their leadership. And Saphir Global obviously is a close strategic marketing partner for Zeniq Technologies. And so at the end of the day, right, the Emirates of Dubai, they want to be the first city with 100% of its services running on blockchain technology. And so if that's their goal, then obviously they want to have the right organizations to support that. And that's where Zeniq Technologies came in, and they're still working together to make that happen. All right. So as we talk about the Zeniq blockchain, we know that it is, lightning fast, up to 50,000 transactions per second. They say right now, we've heard over time, it's running about 12,000 transactions per second. Just to give you some context, Bitcoin's blockchain runs at about 4. Some people say 7, some say up to 9 transactions per second. So we could, realistically say that Zeniq's blockchain is about 50,000 times faster than Bitcoin's. Bitcoin was just first. And that's why we think of Bitcoin when we think of cryptocurrency. And there's nothing wrong with that. They pioneered it. People, are doing really well on that particular blockchain and the rewards from that. So have no problem with that. But just to give you context, when we talk about, we have this fast blockchain, that's the context. So you know what that means. But when we talk about this slide, one takeaway I want you to really capture from this, compared to the decentralized exchanges out there on Ethereum's blockchain or on Binance Smart Chain or Tron's, the difference that Zeniq's blockchain brings is the decentralized exchange that's being built on the Zeniq blockchain is able to bring in an Ethereum blockchain cryptocurrency like Solana, like BAT, any of those that have smart contracts. They can be utilized on the Zeniq blockchain through the decentralized exchange. They can be traded on the decentralized exchange from Zeniq, but that is not the case directly with the Ethereum decentralized exchange called Uniswap or the Binance decentralized exchange called PancakeSwap. The difference is across the board is the terminology we use when an actual cryptocurrency can go from one blockchain and be exchanged for another cryptocurrency on another blockchain, right? And so if you try to go from Ethereum blockchain like Uniswap to PancakeSwap, right? You take a coin from here and take a coin from there. There's no easy way to do that. But what Zeniq Technologies has done is they've taken that friction out of that process. And how do they do that? Now you're able to take any cryptocurrency on the decentralized exchange from Zeniq and trade or exchange it without any wrapping or any protocol changes, because they've done all that in the background. That right there is revolutionary, and it's taken a little more time to get that right because nobody's ever done it. So this is another first that Zeniq has done and is bringing to the market, right? And that's incredible. And so these are some of the things that they were working on their code. And so when people want to see that, hey, can we see the blockchain? Can we see the open source? Can we see the code? Well, if you put that code out there too early, somebody's going to steal your idea. And because nobody's done it before, they cannot afford to just put it out there and hope that people don't steal the code, because it happens all day, all the time. If you know smart contracts, you know that those are a lot of them are open source, and you'll see duplicates of programs that look exactly the same. They come today, gone tomorrow, because somebody's just borrowing code and replicating it into another program. You could have program A fails, program B comes along, you're like, oh, that looks like program A. Yeah, because it's the same code. And that's what they were trying to avoid. So that's why it has not published its code until recently, because now they have things in place that can protect them. Okay. So that's just a little background on people that want to see the blockchain code, and they've had to hold off on that for a while. But if you go to GitHub, because you have an IT background and you kind of get into that stuff, then GitHub does have the actual open source code for Zeniq's blockchain, if you want to take a look at that. All right. So basically your takeaway of this slide is that Zeniq has created a way, an easy way, that if we go on to the decentralized exchange when it's created and we want to exchange Ethereum with Zeniq coin, guess what? We can do it. We don't have any issues, and it's low fees. But if you go to a Uniswap or a PancakeSwap, then you'll have to wrap your Ethereum. You have to put it, into a different protocol in order for it to transfer, and then you pay a lot of fees and this and that and the other until you can actually get your coins. I've had people contact me that had some trouble with that because they were trying to do it prematurely. And if you know anything about Ethereum, you know that you got to pay gas fees. Sometimes those gas fees are higher than the amount of tokens or coins that you're trying to transfer. And people lost all their money doing that. All right. So you want to be careful when you're trying to transfer or convert your particular cryptocurrency on Uniswap or PancakeSwap. All right. So that's enough of that. And we talked about the Zeniq Hub. And so in this particular business with Zeniq Technologies, the Zeniq Hub is really one of the most advanced proprietary devices for blockchain technology. And for anybody that is not really familiar with all the ins and outs and really don't really care about all of that, no problem. If you just want a device, if you want a platform where you can go in, monitor all of your investment within the Zeniq ecosystem, see your coins being minted. If you want to, check your Mastodon, make sure it's working and functioning and producing those coins, then this is the device for you. That's it. You don't need to know all that stuff I just talked about. You probably really don't care. I just want to know, how do I get in? How do I make money? How do I earn these coins so that the value, when it increases from where it is now and 10x, I'm good to go? Well, perfect. This is the device that can help you monitor all of that. And that's all you really, if that's your concern, then it's that simple. It's a great device. It does give you access to some future tokenization and some future projects that's coming that will require these master nodes so that it can execute. Then this is the device for you. So we'll get into it. Like I said, the security is there. It has the wallet for other cryptocurrencies you can store in there. There will be a connection for doing transfers, money transfers into there, where you can purchase, more coins, do some the actual exchange process, like trading different currencies, things like that. So there's a lot of things that they're building into this particular hub. Really, really powerful. All right. The security, like I said, high level security is there. The Zeniq app, it's an app. It's constantly evolving. If you've ever downloaded an app, you always get those updates, right? And so same thing here. A lot of updates. A lot of people are like, oh my gosh, this is happening. This is not happening. Well, I think they've worked it out and things are working really good now. So anybody that's encountered the app in the last couple of weeks, you're probably like, oh, it works great. You're right. It does work great. The app has the cryptocurrency wallet, so you can have your Bitcoin, Ethereum, whatever you want to put in there and hold it in one place. At a point, they're going to institute a way that you can make those payments with your cryptocurrency at point of sale. That would be like a Apple Pay or a Google Pay type setup where you could just, scan it and you're good to go. Very secure. At a point, you'll be able to sync it from the smartphone with that app, and you can sync that with your back office. So when you're getting your coins minted, normally you go to your back office to check that, or you go to that Zeniq Hub and check that. You'll be able to check that on your smartphone in the future. So that's something that's coming as well. So it's really, really great product that we have. We talk about the Zeniq debit card. It's available right now in your back office to purchase if you're in the EU. Then yeah, at the end of the day, you'll be able to use it to make any payment that you normally would make with your fiat, money. So really cool. And the Zeniq swap is probably going to be one of the first pieces of the decentralized exchange that comes online, and that will facilitate swapping cryptocurrencies, from one to the other. All right. And a lot of people, we're all kind of anticipating that, and that's coming very soon. The Zeniq exchange. So there will be a decentralized exchange. One of the, basically what I talked about earlier, where you'll be able to exchange all types of digital assets from, cryptocurrencies to tokens, NFTs, digital arts, contracts, whatever can be exchanged. They're making sure that that's available on the decentralized exchange that Zeniq is creating. So really excited about that. And that's on its way. Like I said, it's the first of its kind. The things that they're doing is different from what you've seen in the past. So really excited about that. System coins. So when we talk about system coins, then think about a Uniswap, PancakeSwap, and then Zeniq. And so this is just giving you a comparison of if we're excited about where Zeniq is going, then let's give you some comparison of what it can do, right? I can't promise you anything. I'm definitely not clairvoyant, and I can't look into a crystal ball. I don't have the future in my hands, but what I can show you is here's a track record of something that's very similar. And here's why we believe that Zeniq's program can do something similar to these other coins, right? And so when you have a Uniswap, which is the first decentralized exchange that really exploded on the scene, they're doing about 1 million in trades per day. You got PancakeSwap doing about 1 million in trades per day, right? So just put that into perspective. The Uniswap is based on the Ethereum blockchain. PancakeSwap based on BNB or Binance Smart Chain. They both have coins on their own, but they do have their respective blockchain coins. Ethereum was at one point about 68 cents, and it grew to over $4,000 per coin. Okay. And this is in about 6-year period. BNB being the coin of Binance, it was about 9 cents at one point, and then in about 4 or 5 years, it grew to over $690. Okay, so when we look at Zeniq's program, the Zeniq coin, when it first kicked off in April, it was about 3 cents last year. Okay, so being about 3 cents, and I think when I came in, it was about 11 cents, I think it was. Then in October, it was announced that it would be on PancakeSwap. And so when it launched on PancakeSwap, it literally within a few days and stayed for at least a month or so, it was peaked at about $3.50. So can I put that into perspective of the percentage increase from 3 cents to over $3? You're talking thousands of percentages increase, right? And so we don't say this because we have a way to manipulate it and make it happen. No, there's no trick to it. There's an economic process that helps and facilitates this, the value, but I can't determine what that price is going to be. So don't take me wrong, but based upon what I see in the market, I am very, very bullish on the Zeniq coin when it compares to a PancakeSwap or a Uniswap coin and doing something similar. That's just my take on it. Some of the advantages of the Zeniq blockchain and the Zeniq coin in this exchange process is one, it has its own blockchain. It's compatible with all coins, all tokens, low fees. It's not Ethereum based, so you don't have those additional gas fees, very fast transactions, and it has and will continue to adopt other tokenization projects. Those other cryptocurrencies and their exchange, they don't do that. So I think you will understand why I believe that Zeniq is definitely have something special. And as a Saphir Global member, we are in a very, very powerful position. We just got to hang in there and roll with it. Okay. So that really is kind of my take on it. You have to determine what yours is. The Zeniq Smart Chain, like I said, that facilitates pretty much all of the next phase of this explosion of blockchain technology with the Zeniq blockchain. Tokenization. So we talked a little bit about that. It is an $800 trillion market at this point. Probably over the last year or so, it probably went up tremendously. So I got to do a little research and figure out where it's at now. But in the future, around 2027, the World Economic Forum is estimating that it could possibly go to $24 trillion. And that is the tokenization piece of this multi-trillion-dollar market. So we are definitely in the right place, right time with this particular organization. When we talk about tokenization, anything, everything that you can imagine can be tokenized. Some reports out there, you can go back 2, 3, 4, 5 years. Tokenization is not a new concept. It's just the blockchain has allowed it to do new things. So one of the traditional things that is project financing. So crowdsourcing is a big deal when it comes to tokenization. Most of the use cases are based on raising funds. Some are loyalty programs. You can tokenize that. So there's just some couple of things there. What can be tokenized? Like I said, real estate, wind power, art. The NFTs are tokenized, assets. Like I said here, patents, license, everything. I mean, everything can be tokenized. One of the most prevalent examples of tokenization is the painting. It was an NFT by somebody, I think it was somebody called Beeple, I think it was, if you guys remember. That digital art sold for $69 million. And obviously that was probably the most prevalent of tokenized assets, what we call NFTs, that's been sold. So definitely profitable. So everything that we talk about really has no value unless we talk about the Zeniq coin. So the Zeniq coin definitely is a creator of wealth when it comes to this space. Real projects and use cases is what it's based on. A lot of coins can't say that because they don't have a use case and they don't really have a product or service behind it. It's just hype. I think we have a few examples like the Doge coin, or some people call it the Dodgy coin, even all kinds of names. It has no purpose, but people jump behind it and just play the game basically, and send it running very high. So very interesting how it's just a matter of influence. But this coin actually has use cases, actually has projects, and therefore we can estimate where it can go because we know what it's actually doing. So that's a beautiful thing to remember. Limited number of coins, 600 million is the maximum that's going to be printed or minted. There's support with the hubs. There's support with the halving process that I'll explain a little bit of. The coin burning is another part of this, and the tokenization. So all of this plays into the power of this Zeniq coin. Now, it is listed on PancakeSwap, it is listed on Uniswap, and it is listed on LA Token. So if you want to purchase some additional coins, you absolutely have the right to do that. And you can do it on one of those three or all three. It's totally up to you. The halving process. So what is a halving process? Well, Bitcoin's used it and it worked very well for the price. So what we have here is Zeniq said, okay, we're developing this blockchain. Now we're developing this coin. Now we want to make sure that coin value holds in the future. Okay, so they instituted a halving process, one annual halving process, another one sales halving. Of course, within that first year, if a year hasn't passed, then the sales halving obviously would be the one that probably would happen first. Okay, so let's talk about the sales halving. When the first 100,000 or so Zeniq hubs, right, were purchased, then the halving process started, the sales halving. So what does that mean? They took 4% as a number. I don't know how they came to it, but they said 4% reduction in the production of the actual coins that are minted from the hubs. They're starting to reduce that number because they need to slow it down. If you understand anything, we know that a stimulus in an economy is a short-term thing, right? If you continue to stimulate the economy and you create coins or you create money, then you're going to cause massive inflation, and there's really no benefit in the long term for the people that accept those stimuluses. But it does help in the short term. Okay, so I'm not against all of that, but economics say if you continue to print money, then you lose all the value of that currency. So if the Zeniq is going to keep the value of the coin, cryptocurrency, going up, they have to limit the amount in circulation, therefore reducing the numbers minted. That's why it says sales halving. After 100,000, the next every 1,000 hubs after that, they reduced the actual minting of the coins by 4%. After it got to the next 100,000, they did that again, and another. So they're down to about a 0.5% on the reduction. And so it's not reducing as much, but just, a little bit slow down the process of the minting process, because if they didn't, then the value of the coin would just go to zero. Okay, so hopefully everybody understands that if you're only getting a few coins per day, per week, per month, do not fret. I know people that had 300 coins and they felt like, well, I've been in this long enough, I should have 3,000 or whatever. But what you have to understand, this is a wealth building process. And just from the example that I gave before, where it showed you the pancake swap coin and the Ethereum based Uniswap coin, you know, they go from pennies to hundreds and thousands per coin within a 3 to 4 and sometimes 5-year period. So we showed a 5-year period, showed a 6-year period, but within the 3 years, it had already went over $100. So if you had only 300 coins today, and maybe by the end of the year, you got 3,000 coins, right? You may think that you should have tens of thousands. Okay, that's fine. But what if you only have 3,000, but the price does go in comparison to what PancakeSwap and Uniswap is doing? Let's say that happens and it just goes up a little bit to $10. You know, let's say it goes up to $20. Not even the 1,000, not the hundreds, just $20. That's just for instance, right? That is very possible with all of the things supporting this particular project. It is very, very powerful because those didn't have any of this. And Zeniq has built in all of these factors for that coin to just keep growing and growing and growing. So if you only have 300 and the price is, you know, $20 a coin, that's a little different from, oh, because if somebody is looking at it from a, oh, I only have 300 coins, that don't mean you have only $300. I mean, you know, so you have to know that that value is what you're calculating. So get as many coins as you can over time. And then when you see that price going up, then it'll start to click that that $300 that you thought it was is actually $300,000. Okay. So anyway, that's the thing you have to think about is where is it going? And we've already explained really where it's going. And this is how the value is created over time. Milestones. So yes, they've done what they said they would do, and they continue to do what they have planned. So when we look at programs in general, this right here, they have really, really nailed it when it comes to the planning, the roadmap, and the milestones. It is so powerful to me based upon everything I've seen throughout my crypto career. These guys started in 2018. They created their blockchain. They created the Zeniq hub, first of its kind, got that out there. They're still delivering new hubs with new features and everything like that. The Zeniq website has been revised. They launched the app. They got new hubs being delivered. The debit card has been launched. Excuse me, the smart chain should be launched here in June, and everything attached to it, like the swap. And then we have ZenCon, which is a like a hackathon, right? And I know a lot of people probably don't know about that kind of stuff, but what it does for this industry is it highlights and makes aware the world that, hey, look, guys, they have a real blockchain, they have real use cases, and we really need to get behind this. And the coin price starts to shoot up. So if you haven't gotten in, if you haven't got your coins, if you want to purchase more hubs, this is the time to do it, because after June, there's going to be so many announcements, there's going to be so many results, and the awareness is already happening now, right? So really powerful stuff happening to bring the world into the Zeniq ecosystem so they will know how powerful this blockchain is. So all of the things that they said they would do, they're doing, and a lot of companies can't say that. While everything else is in red when it comes to, you know, the markets, the Avanat token that's, like I said, partnered with Zeniq Technologies and Zeniq's blockchain, those tokens were actually rising, went from number 280 on the coin market cap all the way up to 177. While the market was red, we were making money. Just so y'all know that. All right. So yes, we talked about all of this throughout the slides, so I'm not going to rehash it. What I want you to know about the long-term strategy here, that's why they say masterpiece, because that 100% profit distribution, I want you to, you got to get this piece, right? There's been some changes over time with this particular slide and how they want to distribute this profit, this commission, this value. And I use value because that's what it really is. As Saphir Global members, we're coin holders, right? We all purchase a package. We all have hubs. We all have coins being produced. So we're coin holders, not shareholders, coin holders, but that's the equivalent when it comes to understanding. This means the profits of the decentralized exchange, Zeniq coins are brought back from the exchange and burned. This leads to an indirect profit distribution to the coin holders. Understand, indirect, right? So here's what you want to take away, because it gets very deep, but I want to make it simple for you. When it says 100% profit distribution, they're not paying you commissions directly into your pocket. What they're doing is creating, what I'd say before, more value for the Zeniq coin. The more coins you have, the more burning of the coins during the exchange fees that are created from the exchange. They're going to burn those coins, right? And when they burn those coins, that leads to an indirect profit distribution, which is in the value of the cryptocurrency rising. So if you have coins and your coin price goes from 5 cents to 10 cents to 20 cents to 40 cents, so on and so forth, because of the burning process, this happens for every cryptocurrency, just so you know. That's where your value is increasing. Your profit distribution is, I'm going to cash out because my coin went from 10 cents to $1. That's your profit distribution. You can take it out at any time that you want, but they're not paying you directly. You're being able to access your monies through that Zeniq coin that just kept going up and up and up. Now, if you take it out at $1, you're crazy, but that's a whole nother conversation. But that's really what this means, is that we, as coin holders, are part of what we call a DAO, decentralized autonomous organization. We own all of this, literally. All of this is decentralized. If you're a coin holder, it's like being a stakeholder. You're just not owning anything in the company, but you're owning the kind of like voting rights. You're owning the way all of this stuff is communicated, is done in this process. But they're just basically explaining this is what they're going to do, and this is how you're going to win, because you are building up your stack of cryptocurrency, Zeniq coins, in order to benefit from that 100% profit distribution, because your coin price is rising and you can take it out at any time. That's where that distribution comes in. All right, cool. It is a coin backed by reality. We've talked about every piece of this, and hopefully you understand how that value is created and how you benefit from it. All you have to do is understand a little bit and then go out there and spread the word so everybody can benefit. But first, you got to get in the game. This is how you access your financial sovereignty and activate your wealth accumulation. First thing you got to do is purchase one hub, portion of a hub, something. Get in the game so that you can benefit and benefit others. The Zeniq Hub 01. That's the hub I've been talking about, 1998 euros. You can purchase that in the back office. If you need more information, definitely get with the person that invited you. You have the housing hub. What's the difference? One is virtual, other one is physical, right? There's a 14.99 euro hub. All of these will mint coins into your back office. All of them have either a hub or a portion of a hub, masternode servers, whatever you want to call it. They mint cryptocurrency for you. If you want to purchase double the amount of minted coins, then you get the 2x hub. If you want to, mint 4 times, then you get the 4x hub. If you want to mint 8 times, if you want to mint 16 times, then you will accordingly purchase the one that does that for you. Okay. And so everyone obviously mints more coins. That's really what that does. The more coins you have, the more value you're able to receive in that 100% profit distribution through the value of the coin rising. All right. If you have any questions before you make a purchase, how you make the purchase, where you make the purchase, contact the person that invited you, get those questions answered, and then you will be on your way joining a very, very special group of people called Saphir Global members. That's what I call it anyway. All right, let's do this. We do have a few slides left. There are other partners that are coming along after the Avanat. I don't know why this is first and Avanat is second, but let's just go with it. Tupan is a new project. We knew about it back in September, October timeframe. This is the first ever and only SEC regulated digital asset issuer in the USA. I don't know about you, but that's saying something when it comes to cryptocurrency. Green DeFi token with a cause, and they say it's profitable. We're excited about that because right now Avanat is leading the way when it comes to the tokenization, one of the first projects that Zeniq has brought on, and now this one should be coming right behind it. And I think everybody understands, if we're seeing the value in the first project, and there's another one that's right behind it. Yeah, I think you understand where I'm going with this. Very, very profitable to be in this position today. So you want to build up your stash of Zeniq coins in order to receive that value, because when the value continues to grow because of all of these additional projects that's coming online, the price of the coin is going to get higher and higher and higher. And so the minting process is going to continue to slow and slow and slow, right? Because they don't want to lose the value. They can't let it just keep going. All right. So I think, that's why I want to make sure you're connecting with the information that I presented earlier. It's kind of making a little more sense now why the halving process is there, why they slow down the amount of coins being created or minted, because they got to keep that value rising. And so you want to get as many as you can before that process continues to slow down, right? Very, very, very important. All right. Let's see. So yeah, you can find out a little bit more about that if you like, through the website there. So that's pretty good. I don't need to go into that. But like I said, Avanat is the first strategic partner, if you will, when it comes to the tokenization, staking project. And so with Avanat, actually, I talked a little bit about it earlier. I don't want to go back over all of that. It is the future of aviation, and everything in the aviation industry can be tokenized, and that's a powerful thing to say, because they are very, very forward, advanced in what they're doing and what they're going to do. And so we're going to continue to see that value from Avanat for some time going forward. You can purchase Avanat tokens directly on Uniswap, P2P, B2B, BKEX, LA token. So you can get you some Avanat tokens in any of those places. If you don't know where to purchase any tokens or coins or anything that you're looking for, you can go to CoinMarketCap and just scroll down, and it'll show you where you can purchase them. And so if you're in the business already and you haven't gotten your Avanat tokens or don't really understand that value, there is a separate presentation for all of that. You can find all of that on YouTube. There's a lot of presentations about it. But you want to get involved, get your app downloaded, get your Avanat tokens, and then you go ahead and move those into your Zeniq app, and then you connect that app to the back office, and then you can start earning over 100% APY on those staked tokens. Really, really good stuff. All right. So we want to provide you with some recommendation marketing, compensation plan of sorts, so you understand what's that real value for those team leaders, people that have organizations, that's built organizations, or people that just like to spread the word on quality programs. And so people can win again, right? A lot of people have been devastated by a lot of these not so good platforms and programs in the world today. And it's unfortunate because a lot of people have been taken advantage of. But guess what? Saphir Global and Zeniq Technologies has come to really create a better environment, a more profitable environment. If you just understand the program and stick with it for a while, you will reap the benefits just like many of us are doing now. Saphir Global is over at the Jumeirah Lakes Towers and the Fortune Tower. If you were in Dubai and you happen to go into that area, I'm gonna tell you, it's very easy to find, because as soon as you go through the gate, it's right there to the right. Can't miss it because it's really big. So they're on the 27th floor of that particular tower. Of course, the name is on the door. So if you ever be there, hey, give them a call. They'll happily, invite you in and all that good stuff. So no problem. We talk about the blockchain tech, energy tech, health tech. And now I want to tell you, there's a way that the leaders, link shares, whatever you want to call it, when you spread the word, the company says thank you by rewarding you. there's three things that are happening right now. Everything I talked about before with the Zeniq coin is all passive. No recruiting required. Let's get that out the way. No recruiting required. People like to hear that because it's real. You don't have to talk to anybody if you don't want to. Now, if you want to 10x your income, you might want to talk to a few folks. Unilevel, I'll give you the details on that. Career levels, this is more of a career benefits as well. The global profit sharing, is the bonus pool. So those are three ways that you're going to earn on an active side. You putting in work, here's some benefits. So that's really what that means. The first one is Unilevel. So let me explain this, and I'm going to see if I can complicate it. You refer somebody, they make a payment, they purchase one of those packages I talk about, you're going to get 10%. Was that complicated enough? That's how it works. I love it. Simple is great. Simple is great. You don't need to complicate it, right? So if you're talking to somebody, hey, look, if you're an affiliate of a program, if you're a referrer, it's a simple process. Hey, if you like what you see the benefits, and you talk to somebody and they're like, yo, I can do this. I can get some benefit from this because I'm not really making that much over here, maybe in this fund or that fund. People understand if I come to you and you make a purchase, I'm going to get 10%. It used to be 9%, now it's 10%. And they said, wow, that was amazing. I know a few people that can do this and actually earn on their particular investments. Guess what? Bam. If they go out and talk to somebody, you're going to get 7% of what they do. And then so on and so on and so on. So I think it's pretty simple, right? And so don't complicate it. Don't make it hard. It's a Unilevel, bam. It's the simplest that they can make it. And so anybody that's not even in any type of recommendation marketing, network marketing, those type of programs, you may not ever seen this kind of stuff. You may not have been in this stuff, but you understand that, hey, look, if I actually take this to somebody because I want them to earn just like I'm earning, and the company is going to pay me 10% for referring somebody, I mean, that's awesome, right? So I think that's great for people that's in the business, and that's great for people that's never been in this type of business. So very good, very simple, great way to start off on an active side of the marketing program. Now, after you start to build up and you have a great, business partner in your upline sponsorship and all that, then they should be able to say, hey, look, let's get strategic on this. What's your goal, right? Diamond in this program, diamond is your goal, right? Diamond is a tipping point. And really sets it off for your next levels. So you have to do some strategy. You gotta sit there and have those conversations with the people that you intentionally bring into your main or your direct line, your teams, right? You want to have those conversations. Why? Because in order to get to Ruby, you need to have at least 7 people that you've directly sponsored. They made their investment. And I use the word investment. Yes, I do. They made a deposit. We can use that if you like. Minimum of 10,000 in sales in your organization. Your deposit is included. You're going to get a $300 bonus or €300 bonus. Okay, I am in the US, but €300 bonus. Okay, so that's more than $300, which is very cool. When you have 12 people signed up, and they're benefiting from this as well, because obviously they've made a deposit. You're earning your 10%, but guess what? When you help your team grow, get to 12 people at least, and bring in a volume of 20,000 across your organization, then you're going to get a €600 bonus. When your team has grown to 100,000 in volume, right, all the deposits, then you have a €3,000 bonus. Now you hit Saphir, right? That's starting to look pretty good. I don't think a lot of people out there get a €3,000 bonus at any point in their career, let alone in the first couple of weeks. And it's been done numerous times because how powerful this program is. Not promising you that it'll happen in that time frame, but I've seen it happen. But if you're intentional about building an organization, then they're going to reward you for doing that. When you have the same 12, y'all working this business, doing your thing, right? You're as a leader are working with them, you get to 300 in volume, €300,000 in volume. Then they're going to pay you a €9,000 check as a bonus, saying thank you. All this is instant. It happens digitally in your back office. You don't have to request it. You don't have to ask for it. You don't have to go looking for it. You don't need a microscope. It's going to appear. Very, very good stuff. Then when you get to 500,000 in volume through your organization, they're going to give you a 15,000 euro bonus. And I know people are looking at those stars. Those stars represent more money. Just so you know, just really no way to sugarcoat it. It's just more money. When you get to 1 million in volume, you're at the diamond level. You got 13 direct minimum. You're going to get a 40,000 euro bonus. And on top of that, they're going to give you 80 stars. And I'll tell you what those stars is in a minute. When you complete just these 12 levels in this particular career benefit chart, you will have earned in bonuses alone over 4.5 million euros in bonuses. I'm gonna tell you what's beautiful about being, getting your bonuses in euros and being in the US. When you send that payment to whichever exchange or whatever, and it converts it to dollars, the fees that are normally charged, if you were getting $300 bonus, you would get like 250, right? 260. Well, guess what happens in this case? And I'm a Litecoin kind of guy, right? So when I receive more than 300, or like, $350, right? I'm excited because those fees are consumed by that conversion because you're already above the dollar rate anyway. So it's really cool. You have to experience that if you haven't, and I'm sure a lot of you have. So that's a pretty cool thing. And we talk about these stars. These stars are really stars when it comes to your compensation. When you're intentional, I like using that because I was in a coaching program and the instructor was using that word, and I said, man, that's perfect, right? We have to be intentional, and that means that we're serious about taking care of our business. Then you're going to get to a point where you're hitting these levels and your team is doing the same thing. And when they see that leadership, they're going to say, well, how do I get those stars, right? And you can show them that, hey, guess what? The company is going to take 10% of their revenues every single month, and they're going to see how many career levels out there. So you all want to get at least Ruby, double Ruby, so on and so on and so on, right? Diamond really, is where you want to get to. All of us want to get to. And the great thing is they take those numbers and they come up with an actual amount per share. That amount per share could be 50 euros because there's so many people in the program. It could be 100 euros. So let's just use 100 because it's an easy number. So if you're a Ruby, you're going to get 100 euros because you got one share. When you're a double Ruby, you get twice as much. So that's 200 euros. Hit Sapphire, you're going to get 10 shares, which is 100 times 10, right? Gives you 1,000, right? So when you hit that Sapphire, you get 1,000 euros as a bonus on top of everything else. When you hit the diamond level, you're going to get 80 shares. So that's 8,000 euros. And, it just goes up from there. So the example is get in this game, make it happen, help some folks. Your community will be rewarded. And guess what? By default, you will increase your profits as well in this in particular bonus pool. Now, here's the most important thing that you want to take away from this slide. When you get that 100, 200, 1,000, 8,000, not one time, they give it to you for 6 months straight. How powerful is that? You can't help but say, thank you, Saphir. I appreciate you opening this door because I've been knocking for a long time. Thank you. And really, you're thanking the person that invited you because now that door is swinging wide open. And if you don't want to invite people, if you don't have the confidence just yet, then bring them to a Saturday presentation and I'll help you out. Or you can go to your back office, click on that link, your referral link, and it'll open up some new things in the back office there. And those are landing pages. Those landing pages have all the presentation information right there. Let them do that for you and let that person sign up with your information. And now you'll have a new person in your back office. No problem. As long as if they're in the US, they have to use a VPN in order for them to access that information. Then you'll have a new person in your back office. How cool is that? Building your team, and all you did was send them a link. Very powerful. There's nothing else for you to do except talk to the person that invited you, get your questions answered, figure out where you want to get started, choose that product. Let's make this happen. There's two things you want to remember when you're making that decision. The first thing is you want to determine what level you're going to come in. You want 1x, you want 2x, you want 4, 8, 16, however many hubs you want to get, go ahead and make that happen. Then you want to purchase your Avanat tokens so that you can get that staked. Here's the reason why. And I know I didn't go into much on the Avanat side. Right now, the program, all the recommendation side, the people that are working the business and building organizations, you have to have 50% of the blockchain tech. So the Zeniq hub purchases, that's one side. And then you have to have 50% on the staking. So any new members need to go ahead and make sure that you inform them, make that purchase on, if you want one hub, if you want half a hub, whatever you want to purchase, you got to get that coin package, but then you need to have the Avanat tokens as well and get those staked, right? So those are the two pieces that you got to bring together in order to rise through the actual career plan. All right. So it was different before, but that's the new plan right now.